Final Fantasy XIV is a game that has made me cry more than any other game. They are just so good at tugging at those heartstrings. So for today's video, let's look at 10 moments that hit us right where it hurts and made us cry. But before we start, I just wanted to make it clear that this isn't meant to be a ranking. This is just the easiest way I could think to frame it. Also, here's your spoiler warning. We are going to be looking at some very impactful scenes here, so massive spoilers incoming. With all that being said, let's get started. Haurchefant was an amazing guy. He was always in your corner and would bring you hot cocoa after a terrible day. He just had so much optimism and brought joy to everyone around him. He lived by the code of a knight, to serve and protect. And when he saw that his friend was in danger, he jumped right in front of the projectile, sacrificing himself so that you would live. And in his final moments, that optimism never wavered. He was just happy to see that you were unharmed, and he didn't want to see his friend crying. He wanted to see you smile, because that was Haurchefant. He wanted those around him smiling and happy.
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
I feel like this part could be its very own entry, but I'm including it here because they are so closely related. Watching Edmond grieving and breaking down over the loss of his child, that was a hard-hitting thing to watch.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase, for my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Defeating the Warriors of Darkness should have been a feel-good moment. They were the villains after all, right? But then Ardbert delivers an emotional recount, letting us know what their motivations are.
At long last you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
Given those circumstances, it's easy to see why they did what they did. What would you do to save your friends, your family, your entire world? What made this scene so powerful to me was the determination of Alphino and the Warrior of Light trying so desperately to save Estininen. Too many friends already sacrificed their lives for this war, but not this one.
You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty!
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
And then just when that pain became unbearable, Ysel and Hoshafon's memory come to give you that final push, and then that song comes in, and it's just a beautiful and touching scene.
Children of the land, that once rang clear.
So Graha is my favorite character, and seeing him tear up actually made me start to tear up. This is a guy who waited a century for your arrival. He looks up to you so much and put all of his faith in you. And then you are the one to speak his name after all of that time. There's just so much emotion here.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
And then, of course, a sad version of Eternal Wind plays, just to give you that extra emotional jab. Elidibus is a tragic character, a child burdened with the enormous responsibility to save the world. And in the end, he did save the world, but his people are gone. His family and friends are gone. And here we see Elidibus accept this, and he cries for them, before ultimately being absorbed by the Crystal Tower.
This... Yes. I would become him. I would save everyone. This, I believed. Yet still they cried out in rage and despair. Divided over the fate of the star. A rare occurrence, always fleeting. But not this time. Not this time. Reconciliation. Elidibus. I was needed. I withdrew myself from Zodiark for them. My people. My brothers. My friends. Stay strong. Keep the faith. At duty's end, we will meet again. We will. We will. The rains have ceased, and we have been graced with another beautiful day. But you are not here to see it.
Seto and Ardbert is the scene that gets most people. It's a very well written scene that just invokes so many emotions. I think we all couldn't wait to see these two reunited. I just don't think anyone was prepared for just how emotionally devastating that reunion would turn out.
Pardon? Very well. How can this be?
Seto, my old friend. You've grown.
Oh, Ardbert, how I've missed you. I'm sorry I couldn't keep you safe, or even console you. Had I only learned to speak sooner, I would have told you how much you meant to me, how much I cared.
I knew. I always knew. But I'm happy to hear it nonetheless. Thank you, Seto. My partner in crime.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame.
Seeing everything that the Na went through is one of the heaviest moments in the story, and it was paired with one of the saddest songs in the game.
Where resignation rots the trees.
The first emotional gut punch is seeing Emmett Selk in that moment that would lead him down the path of becoming the Emmett that we all know.
It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days.
And the second emotional gut punch is witnessing Vana's 10,000-year-long journey as she is forced to watch people suffering and crying out in pain, and needing to let it happen, all while getting weaker with each step, becoming physically battered as time goes on.
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest.
Those hugs, the ones that break your walls down and let all the emotions you've been bottling up come right out. It's such a powerful thing, and I thought it was captured perfectly here. Urianger also gets closure, finds out that Moonbreeda's parents didn't hold any kind of resentment towards him, and really, they just wished that they could have all grieved together.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
Oh. Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be...
Medion is another tragic character, who starts off so sweet and kind and empathetic. But when Hermes sends her on a mission to find what people live for, she can't find it, and this breaks her. So the conclusion she comes up with is there is no hope for the universe, and it would be a kindness to end all life. But you are able to break her from this view by summoning a field of Elpis flowers.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Then we hear a past talk with Hermes, in a field of white Elpis flowers, which symbolize hope, and Medion breaks down crying, and this shattered me.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion.
The music and Alphino's voice over here really sets the tone. It's somber, and what this scene does so well is hits you with powerful nostalgia. You see the Scions in their old outfits, goofing around. You see Papalimo and Yida hanging out, Moonbreeda teasing Urianger. I thought that this put the entire journey into perspective. You can reflect on everything you've been through, how much these characters have changed over time, and how much you miss characters that died over the course of the journey. Anyways, that is all for this one. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to talk about these scenes. I had lumps in my throat forming, and trying not to cry while speaking was harder than I thought it was going to be. And there are a lot of great scenes that I didn't even mention, and I would love to read your saddest scenes in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!